to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. It's a pleasure and a privilege for me to be here.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. And we're ready now for the anthems. Well, this is a formation which seems to make pretty clear what their intentions are, Jim.
Well, Peter, when you have that many back, there's only really one tactic you can adopt, and it's the counter-attack. And while it's going to give you a very solid block defensively, it does leave you very little options attacking-wise, with effectively just one outlet.
Not too much possession football, then?
Definitely not. They'll be trying to play with real efficiency.
So that's got things underway. Telupesi. High. Oret Manguan. Telupesi. High. And shifted it to the flank. Dix. High. Telupesi. Lovely, now then, and he shoots! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Romani actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Indonesia with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. But nowhere to hide after that one. Nice physical challenge. No goals as yet. That ball looks a good one.
Well, he had to bide his time a bit there, Peter. Needed more targets to aim at in the box.
Shot, surely! That's a lovely, neat pass. He's in a great position here. Chance! And again! A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
Well, it wasn't the best pass, was it? The apologetic look says it all, really. He knows he could have got his team in real trouble then.
It's their second corner of the game. Surely now! That's a fair try. But just off target. It's a pretty loose pass. Looking to play him in. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Oh, we expected better, and so did he. Looking for the run. Now this could be a chance. That has been cut short. Well, I'm not sure how the stats look in terms of expected goals, but nothing actual has materialised so far. Shapes to shoot! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
Looking for options for movement. Now that looks a decent ball.
There will be 1 minute added time.
And that brings the first half to a close. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Well, at least the defence can look back on a job pretty well done so far, Peter. I think they've squeezed the play quite well and they've been relentless in their pressing. So the energy levels have looked good.
So at the halfway stage, we still have deadlock, the score 0-0. So we're off again.
Indonesia are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending and they got away with it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
Cambodia are a team that's fond of the low block. They sure defend in numbers.
Yeah, the whole point being to go back to front as quickly as possible, Peter. Of course, once the ball has been won.
Yeah, balls over the top, long diagonals, that's the plan. And it's made its way to him. And a shot! And needless to say, that deserved better.
Oh, it's very good running, that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
Turns back here, probably the best option. Can he get it through? Great chance! It's a goal! How they've waited! Now they have it! They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Peter, they should just never have lost the ball from there, but you have to give credit and fairness to the front-footed pressing too. Made things quite uncomfortable for them.
The first breakthrough.
Look, you can't deny that it's a blow, but this game is far from unsalvageable.
That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, I'm inclined to feel that if I was in that dugout, I'd want the players to get on the front foot and grab another. Just try to make this one safe.
Half an hour gone in the second half. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Reinders. He's on it, can he get away? Can he finish?
Indonesia surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Romani being hounded, manhandled at times.
Yeah, and the creator-in-chief is unsurprisingly being treated as a special case now.
I think we're just about done here. And a chance! Well, that wasn't too dissimilar to the previous attempt.
Indonesia really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue.
Confirmation that there will be 2 minutes stoppage time. That is ended up in no man's land. Has a look and plays it forward. Space for him to turn and look. Reinders.